Edexcel A-Level Maths, Pure Paper 2, Summer 2019, Question 6. Figure 4 shows a sketch of the graph of y equals g of x, where g of x equals x minus 2 squared plus 1 when x is smaller than or equal to 2, and 4x minus 7 when x is larger than 2. For part A, we need to find the value of g of 0. So the first thing to do is find g of 0. So we substitute 0, and we're going to put it into the x minus 2 squared plus 1 part, because 0 is smaller than 2. So we have 0 minus 2 all squared plus 1. So that's negative 2 squared plus 1, 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. Now because we're doing g twice, we now need to put that 5 into g. So g of 5, this is going to go into the 4x minus 7, because now the x we're putting in is larger than 2. So 4 times 5 minus 7, 20 minus 7, which gives us an answer of 13. For part B, we need to find all values of x for which g of x is larger than 28. Now remember, our function g is split into two parts, so we're going to look at them separately. Firstly, let's look at the x minus 2 squared plus 1. So that's larger than 28. X minus 2 squared is larger than 27. We now need to square root both sides. But remember, square rooting 27 is going to give us both a positive and a negative answer. So our x minus 2 is either larger than root 27, which is 3 root 3, or it's smaller than the negative version of this, negative 3 root 3. Our left-hand side inequality, we would get x is larger than 2 plus 3 root 3, but this part of the g function is only valid for x values smaller than 2, whereas 2 plus 3 root 3 is larger, so this one doesn't work. Our right-hand inequality will give us x is smaller than 2 minus 3 root 3. That's smaller than 2, so that's a valid answer. We're now going to look at the bottom part of our function, 4x minus 7. Again, we're going to set this larger than 28. So 4x is larger than 35. X is larger than 35 over 4. Again, comparing it to our function, x has to be larger than 2. 35 over 4 is larger than 2. So that is fine. So our values of x are smaller than 2 minus 3 root 3, or larger than 35 over 4. The function h is defined by h of x equals x minus 2 all squared plus 1 for x is smaller than or equal to 2. We need to explain why h has an inverse, but g does not. So if we go back to figure 4, the function h is just the left-hand side of this, the curved bit, when x is smaller than or equal to 2. It doesn't include that diagonal line on the right. So h would just be a line. It would be a one-to-one function. One-to-one functions have inverses, hence h does. But our function g is many-to-one. If we look on there, for any of those values of y where we've got an answer, we've got two values of x that go to it. So it's a many-to-one function, and these do not have inverses. For part D, we need to solve the equation inverse h of x is equal to minus a half. Well, if you think about what inverse means, inverse x equaling minus a half just implies that x must be equal to h of minus a half. So substituting that into h, we get that minus a half minus 2 all squared plus 1, which is minus 5 over 2 squared plus 1, 25 over 4 plus 1, giving us an answer of 7.25. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Doing Maths channel, or check out some more of my videos by clicking on the links here.